it takes a lot to change. We say, people change all the time. And I think that expression should be people change their mind all of the time. However, when we talk about people changing, their core values or their core programs, I think that it's very rare to change a core program, something where maybe you faced abuse in your childhood, right? I think that that's a really a catastrophic program that now runs within you, and it's really difficult to to battle against that program and to build up, as you said, a program of resistance. And it takes so much, and I feel like a lot of people don't realize how much work it takes to deprogram yourself and to put positive programs in place. People go to therapy and their therapists tell them and give them strategies to work on things, right? Like, because you go to therapy, like, that's awesome. Therapy is amazing. But therapists, they give you work to do. And I think it's the same with reprogramming yourself or deprogramming yourself, or getting that program of resilience. It's putting the work in. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not, oh, I'm going to be resilient tomorrow. I'm going to be resilient tomorrow and nothing phases me. That's not what life is, because the moment that you just say that, you're still on shaky ground. I feel like also building up that resilience program ties in nicely to not focusing on the past, not being burdened by the past, and also not being anxious by the future. Right? There's those two aspects of life where we find ourselves constantly battling. Like, our thoughts are constantly bouncing between, oh, like, I did this in the past, but I can be better in the future, right? Resilience can be shown right now, and that program can be built up right now. And that's also a really good start to focusing on the now and being resilient of those thoughts. So if we say to ourselves, geez, I really was a piece of garbage in the past. Whoa, stop. Is that me now? Am I a piece of garbage right now? Right now, in this very moment? Okay. If I am, then obviously correct it. If I'm not, stop yourself, right? Build that resilience slowly. Stop yourself and say, hey, that's not me. That was an unconscious program running, or that was past. That was a past version of me. That was a version that I have no control over now. There's no sense in dwelling in it. And it builds up, it's like we almost get scar tissue, right? From these past things. And in order for our hypothetical joints to work, we got to build that muscle up, right? We have to build that resilience. We have to do that physio. We actually have to work at it. We have to work at chipping that scar tissue away. And eventually that scar tissue is not going to be an issue anymore, because if we ever do get, maybe a memory floods in, maybe there's something in our past that we aren't necessarily proud of, and we get reminded of it, okay, it happened. That's it. Is there anything more that needs to be said? If we hold ourselves accountable for that to this day, and what more can we do? Focusing on the past isn't going to change it. And if we think about the same sort of resilience that we need to deny ourselves, not necessarily future hope, but anxiety with the future. How am I going to make ends meet? What am I going to do? The amount of energy we put into worrying about the future and worrying about events and becoming anxious about them, with that amount of energy, we could be putting it right to the now. We could be focusing on ourselves, getting better, getting healthier, thinking more productively, thinking more positively. It's incredible the amount of energy we waste on the past and on the future.